All right, gang, we're going to
Party
get
spell.
this party started. Let's do it. Oh, what is up, everybody? We hope you are having a great Monday so far. And you've had a great weekend, great week. We're just going to hang out for a little while, talk about what's going on around the shop, and see what's been up on y'all's side of things as well. If y'all have any questions, be sure to do at Mikey Designs in Silkscreen, so that way we can easily find your question, and we'll definitely get to it and answer the best way to the best of our abilities. Isn't that right, Shannon?
I'm glad you didn't hear the.
So, yeah, for us this weekend, just to get you up to speed, we had the kiddos, so it was pretty tiring. And then this past week, we had a 1,000-piece order that we had to take care of, front and back.
8 colors.
Eight front and back. Did they pick that up today? FedEx?
I don't think so.
They were supposed to. Anyways, they were scheduled to pick that up today, and I'm not sure that
Well,
happened.
maybe because Gordon never canceled the FedEx thing, they kind of got used to ignoring the automated pickup thing.
Right. Let's go over to the chat and do some shout out. Hello. How's that sound, Shannon?
I love my friends.
Do you want to start off, or would you like me to?
Jeremy Nance. What up, boss?
What's up, Jeremy?
I'm gonna assume you're talking to me.
Yeah, there's the both of us.
No, that's to me.
Okay, just the Shannon.
Well, this one's to you. He likes the plywood button-up thing. Not pretty, but it got the job done for the
Oh
boys.
yeah. So we use that, and we'll dive more into that if you'd like. But there's on occasion. So if we had a larger order, we would definitely just take the profit from that and get some pallets. But at the moment, we just don't get enough of those kind of orders where it's like
Specifically screen print for it.
yeah, like a lot of times left chest stuff we just do on the manual. But because that had so many colors in it, we
Either
had
that or I try to steer them towards embroidery.
yeah, and we actually embroidered that job, and we did, what was it, 50 shirts? Took all week. It was like 58,000 stitches.
And it was an entire disaster.
And so we went through that, and I don't know. I think we just had a fussy client, but we wanted to make them happy.
He was happy by the end, and he said he'll
Right.
be doing more orders with us. And he did apologize because he understood like how hard it is to to do
Yeah.
a redo.
We probably ended up spending money on that one, but they're happy in the end,
called
and
investment.
that's what it takes to be sustainable these days, or just in general as a business.
No, but also when you think about it though, going into it like that, like it's word of mouth as well. They'll be like still talking about going, dude, like they actually like came through for us and like redid the order, no fussing or anything like that. Blah 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 blah. These are the guys to go with. I'm going to be, and he actually did say he's going to be recommending us to everybody that he works with, and he'll be putting in more orders because we went that extra mile. So it's an investment more than a loss.
Yeah. I mean, it's an investment, even though this wasn't our first time to do stuff for them. We've
Yes,
done.
no,
It's not, because we've done that logo before.
that was for his aunt.
Anyhow, well, yeah. So that was a lot of fun. So just to kind of get back to the whole palette thing is, I mean, there's times when we have to do some sort of oddball specialty thing. And when I say oddball specialty, that means falling out of doing t-shirts or hoodies or the regular stuff, like when we've got our way of doing it on pockets and whatnot. There was the other day we did some pocket prints, but it was something weird about it where we had to, the pockets wouldn't fit on our sleeve pallets, so we had to
Well, they were for big guys.
create a little bit of a jig in order to make it work. So
But it did, and she loved it.
right. Well, I'm gonna post a video here soon. I don't have a whole lot of clips, but just to kind of show that, I mean, I've screen printed on, even screen printed on my guitar. I've screen printed on this coil cover for my own personal car, just to kind of, just because I could. And so that was pretty cool. All right, let's go down the line and do some more shout outs.
Hi, Brazil.
All the way from Brazil.
It says say hello to Brazil.
Hi, Brazil. How many people are watching in Brazil?
This one?
Yeah, but is it on our TV, like at a bar in front of a crowd or something like that?
I really doubt that.
That would be
it's
really
not
cool.
soccer.
Why couldn't it?
Anyways, I want...
Our conversations are like soccer. We
I
just
want
go
so
back
many
and
things.
forth. And then we've got Jim Crumby. How you doing? What's happening?
Hi, Bad.
Jason Inns, good to have you back.
Missed you.
Glad to have you. Hadn't seen you in a while. Let us know in the chat if you're still printing and all that. Matthew Greider, how you doing? Thanks for
Yo.
sharing those photos. That they look good to me. I know you had mentioned something about the. I hadn't got back to my messages because we were busy doing other things today. Shannon, you want to go on to the next one?
Yeah, well...
So we got
Jason
Jason.
says, Shannon!
Yeah, I saw. And
Okay,
then we
Moody Edge
got
hasn't been a
Jason
week already.
Welsh. How you doing? Gold Ghost, what's going on, my man? How's the t-shirt line? I see your posts on Instagram here and there. But most of the time when I'm on Instagram, let's say 3/4 of the time, I'm posting something or going over and liking y'all stuff, but I don't see everybody's all the time. So let's see who else we got here. Jeff. Hey Jeff. I'm just a Jeff. Hey Jeff, what's up? Graphics Jersey here. And then yeah, so we got 2 Jersey boys up in the house that I know of. And Jack George, how is the Ricoma machine working? Did you find it easier to digitizing or the flexibility to do it yourself? We have found it easier to just go ahead and do it ourselves now, because even our, what do you call our digitizer, they were just kind of falling through the cracks. I think they got some new management, and I was like, we can figure this out. So if you want to see some tutorials, let me know, because I definitely would like to put some tutorials on how to do that. 'Cause in my opinion, it was pretty easy to pick up. There are just certain things as you start using the machine that you're like, oh, okay, this is, it's kind of like figuring out how to do a choke or on your underbass, or a spread on the top colors. It's a little bit like that, but you're using stitches in order to achieve that, and I enjoy it. I actually enjoy getting in front of the embroidery machine, it do its thing, and although Mario starts getting a little pouty if I'm sitting in front of the embroidery machine for I'm not getting it out. We love you, Mario. So it's been pretty easy to get into. I think everybody's got behind the machine at least once, including Shannon, hadn't you? Okay, well, we're going to have to change that. Yeah, I started teaching you. Remember? I was like, okay, press this and do... Well, we'll get you doing some more of that if there's times when it's just kind of like... need something to do. Or if you want to learn it, we'll teach you. We'll teach you to love. All right, Shannon, let's go back over to the chat and see
Jason
what we
wants
got
to
here.
know, funny enough, when we're thinking about getting a bigger shop.
Oh.
I started laughing at that.
All right, we're going to dive into that because...
Oh, is that what we're doing today? I thought you said we were doing it.
We can. It's we're just having a general chat today, but I still want to do some of our little shticks and all that. So if
do not bring the fog machine in here, I swear to God.
So if you're not on our or haven't joined our Facebook group, please do so. I'll approve you guys and toss up some pictures of what y'all are doing, or if there's any shop updates. So while Shannon reads off some more
Did you
of
just
the...
call me Channon?
Yeah, I did. I was trying to say Shannon in chat, and then it ended up as Channon. Channon, did you go over to the chat while I set up the back end of all this stuff, and we'll go over to the Facebook or
I don't know what
the
Shannon.
YouTube.
I don't know who you're talking about. Apparently, there's somebody else in here named Shannon. Okay.
Listen, Brandy, or whatever that guy called you.
Amanda.
Oh, Amanda. Listen, Amanda. Don't you get fresh with me. Her first name's Amanda, and the last name is Hug and Kiss. That's how she signed up on what account was that? We were signing up for a new vendor.
No, it wasn't. I was reached out to by Independent.
Yeah.
And they just put me like in there.
Amanda Hug and Kiss?
As Amanda Westbrook. And I'm like, oh, who's Amanda? And I had to call them back because he's like, well, it's not going to be a big deal, you know. It's just like for the account name. I'm like, no, you don't understand. The only other Amanda I know was the meanest roommate I've ever had in my life. This is personal. You have to change it. And he was like, oh. I was like, yeah.
That's crazy.
Fix my name.
All right, so we're going to go over, we got some fresh new posts here today. So I'm going to go over to the Facebook group, and we'll take a look at some of the posts that we got here, just as soon as I get everything sorted out here. Let's see. All
right, well, in the meantime, Jason is back to printing. Yay!
Oh, are you? That's
he
good.
He started woodworking a bit, but missed printing, so gave it the old college try one more time.
I bet you were woodworking.
I don't know what that means. But it
I'm just messing
rude.
with you, Jason. But that's good, man. I'm glad you got back into it. I know that, man, like when... Ah, crap. Where's this at? When the holidays had come around, it was... things had slowed down like enough to keep Mario busy, Michelle busy, Shannon busy, and the slow season kind of thing. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do whatever. And started playing in a band again. And I was like, started putting focus into that. And then it was kind of like, it's nice that we're back into the groove of things, because even as much as a pain in the butt as printing can be sometimes, just having a little bit of a break for myself personally and then getting back to it, it definitely helps. It's almost like a little mini vacation. Working on that guitar, at least. You know what I'm talking about, Shannon?
My vacations involve sandy beaches.
There you go. Shannon's vacations involve sandy beaches. There was none of that. So I'm going to go over to the Facebook group here, and it looks like Jeff Graphics, Jeff S. Hey man, thanks for posting. Let me replay that. So he's got a pretty cool video here of.
Yeah,
looks like it's on an automatic with maybe a GoPro or something like that. What kind of machine is this, Jeff? That's pretty cool. And what are you printing on? Definitely interested to know. Maybe I'll know more once I go to the next doodad here. All right, he's got himself a roller squeegee here. Yeah, okay. I see now. Oh, okay. He's on his Anatol. Very cool. What? Let's see if we can peep what model you got there. So we'll take a look at this. See if I can. And like, oh my God! I thought it was gonna hit me in the face. Oh, let's see if I can tell. Okay, so he's got a Volt. Nice. Very cool. Hopefully, we can get one of those this year. I was gonna say this coming year, but we're already in this year. But very cool, man. Thanks for sharing those videos. Yes, Jeff, live stream today. Let's see what else we got. Cruz Calabio John Felipe. We got him printing on a Diamondback M&R. Let's see what this looks like. Maybe it's just a... Okay, we got ourselves a YouTube video here. But I'll take a look at that later. Thanks for sharing. Y'all go over and check that out. And then I believe this was up there last time. Be sure to go over and check out what they're doing over there, and give them a sub if you like what you see. So be sure to join the Facebook groups. That way you can toss some stuff up. We'll talk about it on the live. And again, if you have any questions there when we're not live, feel free to put them there, and I'll be happy to answer them. So, all right, cool. Let's go back over to the chat and see what everybody's up to.
Hi, Rye.
What's up, Rye Beats? Denise Stewart. Who else we got here? Soul Deep.
We got Soul Deep. We got Jacob Gonzalez says hi. Hardhell Joe, what is up? We need to talk.
Joe. What's up, Joe?
Nova Works, hi. Jack George has a question, but I don't know if it's at us.
He has a question?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's towards us. I guess it is.
Okay. Well, let's go into... should we talk about it, Shannon, about the shop stuff, or what?
That's your call.
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen. Here's a little bit of our own shop news for you. So today, Shannon and I, we went looking at some bigger spaces. Isn't that right, Shannon?
No, he's lying. I stayed here.
So I'm actually going to work on that video tonight and upload it. I'm just going to make it just like a quick vlog thing, just to kind of show you some of the spaces that we're looking at. And I think we have our minds made up as to which one we're going to go with, or the one that we like. Well, we got a couple things we got to figure out. So both of the shops that we looked at are 2,500 square foot. And the first one we looked at, I think, so here's the thing about the two spaces. One has kind of the minimal amount of office space where you walk into it, and then on the right hand side is another just kind of open office. So we would kind of have like a showroom floor there, and then desk in the other room, so we can get work and all that stuff done. There's a little kitchenette and bathroom down the hallway. Excuse me, probably shouldn't have drank soda before I got on. And there's another room for like office, right, Shannon? That's not what it would be for. It'd be for this is the thing, we're trying to figure the space out. And then that's pretty much it for office space. And then you have a huge warehouse where, now these spaces, I think they're probably, I know they're not going to do, because we had already talked about it. They said possibly they would entertain a 2-year lease, right? Yeah. The warehouse is pretty big. It's got just one bay door, and then just kind of like a side entrance door. So in looking at things, that place would be, there was another bathroom in the outside, wasn't there? So they had a couple of bathrooms, one out in the shop. But I think that place would be ideal if we were planning on getting maybe another automatic or whatever. But I think at this point we just kind of really need the space more than worrying about the equipment side of things. Although we do need to like consider that as we go down the road, because it definitely would be great to expand the business and be able to have space to expand. Now, I think with the other space that we looked at, it was mainly warehouse or office space, excuse me. There really wasn't. I mean, there was enough warehouse space towards where we could take the press that we have, set it up there, and there's plenty other rooms, and there's actually a stairway that goes up above all of the rooms that are built out. So there's some extra storage space in there. But when you walk in the front door, you've got a room, which again we plan on making a just kind of like a showroom. The thing that's kind of weird about that, where it's like a little hallway and then there's that space there and that space there, I almost kind of don't like that. Like if they took it all down, I'd be happier about it, because it having that little window is just kind of, to me, is just kind of silly. What do you think about that? No comment? Okay. Obviously, I think she's still letting things turn in her head. So, and
No,
then you
it's
go
not
down
that.
the.
It's not that.
You're just gonna this. I know this is video. We got some video here, but also you gotta say something.
Well,
Otherwise,
no,
I'm just gonna put the camera on you.
It's just I don't really know what to say, because I know which one you're leaning towards, and it's not the one that I want.
It is the one you want, goofball.
No, you're like going on and on about about the like the shop space and stuff like that, and I like the one with the office space.
Okay, I know. We just have to figure out where we're putting the equipment with the more shop space, because I'm totally down to put the press inside. Okay, so you walk in the front, there's a couple office spaces, and then to the left is another larger office space, in which I was telling Shannon, I was like, because the warehouse is, a lot of it's taken up by rooms, we could squeeze the automatic in there, but if we're going to do that and it's not really much of an upgrade for those of us that are doing production, then we can put that automatic inside the building where we have AC, because it does get extremely hot during the summer. And then the warehouse area could be for incoming orders and being to arrange all that. We could even potentially have the conveyor dryer coming from the inside of the building going to the outside. That's always a possibility as well. So that would be cool. And then the stacking table could just be outside, or I mean, our dryer's small enough where we could just line it up against the wall and just I don't know, we'll have to figure that out, because the stacking table situation. You know what would be good, if rather than them just knocking that wall down, is moving it further out, like maybe another 10 feet.
Wouldn't that require knocking it down?
It's not the same as knocking it down.
Yes, you're right.
Yes, the wall would have to be removed and moved backwards. It's either that, or yeah, just knock the wall down. And then, so the issue with these two shops that we're looking at, well, it's not so much an issue. It's just something we got to think about. And that is how hot it gets here in Houston during the summer. And with their...
Neither of these will have a breezeway.
Right. One of the things that was, there's doors on both sides of the shop that open up so we can get a breeze during the summer and not die of heat stroke out in the shop, because it gets hot. And you know it gets hot out there.
Yeah, I know. I've been out there, like, in my sweaty ass bandanas and stuff, and like anything that I can find that makes me look like an 80s like movie star. Well,
maybe they can just move that entire wall back. Give us enough space to store.
He seems like he's like everything's negotiable with that guy.
If they can make that happen, our electricity bill will go up. But if they can make that happen, and we got enough space to store like maybe 5,000 shirts or something like that. And plus, we got all that room up ahead. I'd be like 100% sold on it. I mean, I'd say I'm about 95% sold. I'm just still in my head. I'm like trying to how to make the space work because whomever built out the space just I don't know, like that little kitchenette in there. That that hallway is so narrow.
Let's put it this way: anybody that's ever been to San Antonio and has to drive downtown understands exactly what we're talking about.
Yes. The one thing I will say I did like about the other space is the little kitchenette thing was a little nicer. It didn't look like it was stuck in the 70s.
We can replace the cabinets.
I don't want to replace the cabinets. I mean, we can down the road, but
Well, yeah, everything's gonna happen.
this is
that way.
just a little bit of well, not a little bit. It's definitely an upgrade, but I mean, ideally, I don't want to be in there another 2 or 3 years because I still would like to build out our own space.
Right, and I get that, but it'll have to be at least 2.
Yeah, which I'm fine with that because that will just allow us to grow, and eventually we'll outgrow that space as well. So, um, I'm just trying to think in my head. I mean, I know we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 of the rooms figured out. So there's a lot of rooms. You walk
It's
in.
super buffering.
There's a room to the left. There's 2 more rooms to the right. A couple more rooms, and then was there something after those 2 bigger rooms?
In the back?
The ones that are kind of in the middle. Was there anything after that, or was that like the end of it, and then there was that one little small room,
Yeah, back in the shop area.
and then there's that one little small room, which is probably about a quarter the size of this, wouldn't you say? Maybe a third of the size, smaller than that. Okay. Mop bucket closet or
Yeah,
something.
think about from my desk to the wall.
Either that or
This
I don't know.
room's, like,
There's
super
plenty. There's
buffering.
plenty of space for us to figure out. Man, we kind of really have to think about it on a production, as far as how the production's going to flow, because we like to keep it towards where we got the shirts coming in, and they're essentially going to the stacking table, to the press, back to the stacking table, back in a box without crossing paths with anything that has to do with emulsion or screens or inks or anything like that. But we'll get it sorted out. And so Shannon and I, we still have, I think it's obvious we still have a lot to talk about even off camera, but I'm excited about it. What about you, Shannon? Not sold on it?
No, at this point
You-
I'm just tired.
You think that I like the space that you didn't like? So that way I can put a car lift in there and drive my car in there?
Yeah, that was so not funny.
Mm-hmm. Work on hot rodding my cars. You know what I'm talking about, Ride Beats. If he's even here still.
I don't know. I'm just tired.
You are. You know I'm just only half serious about that.
Yeah,
I really don't.
the half serious part is what makes me nervous.
Like, I'll just drive over those boxes in the other shop and just pull my car in.
Okay, can I say something that I've been trying to say?
Sure, go for it.
This is like super buffering and super blurry.
That's just the stream is, if nobody else is saying anything about it, then error YouTube not receiving enough video. It says, hold on, give it 1 second. Sometimes it's just the old interwebs connection. Let's see. Sounds like the lyrics of the worst song about rooms ever. Yeah, it's a pain on the shop. Okay. Well, as long as y'all can still hear us, if it's lagging a little bit, it looks like it's gone back to, say, an excellent condition. It's just sometimes it can. It depends on what the internet's
Okay.
doing.
Well, I'll try to refresh.
Next time,
But ours has been like stupid today, anyways.
yeah, the internet's been weird today. So, yeah, we'll just keep pushing on, and next time if I have to,
Here I am.
I'll lower the, instead of it being 1080 output, I can lower it to 720, which is fine to me. If it helps with the lag, then so be it. All right, let's go back over to the chat, and then
Well, we got someone here named Chris complaining that he came for information, not decor. But there's another person named Liam that says that I'm pretty and he's only watching for me. And also that I'm about, Moody says that I look like I'm plotting murder.
Shit, bored with the topic.
I'm not bored with the topic or anything like that. I'm just tired.
She's tired, but also there's a lot of emotional, just kind of. So, Chris, we're actually talking about getting a bigger shop, in which, I mean, let us know if y'all have some questions. We're just kind of updating you on what's going on with us live, rather than y'all finding out later. But we also will post some videos. So do at Mikey Designs if you would like your, if you have a question, if you would like that answered.
Oh, and Jeff, if I did tell you the price that we'd be paying for it, it would make you cry.
Paying for what?
He's like, 2,500 square feet. How much a month make me cry?
It's not that bad.
No, that's why it would make him cry.
Why? Because it's inexpensive?
It's so good.
Should we say?
No.
Why not? What does it matter? I think we've told everybody else what we're paying here now. That means they'll probably just want to move to Texas and.
We can all be friends here.
Less than 75 cents a square foot, I can tell you that. I think he broke it down and it was something like 65 cents, wasn't it?
I don't know, but somehow we got him to like go $500 less a month out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? I was like, we didn't even negotiate that. And all of a sudden he's like, it's the best I could do. And I'm just like, that's $500 less than what we thought we were doing.
Well, we can. That means there's probably still wiggle room if we were like, hey.
No, the wiggle room is going to be in the repairs. And then knocking down the floor, the walls.
Well, what if we told him, well, nah, I'd rather not fuss with all that stuff. That's just more work. It's going to be a pain in the butt moving everything as it is. So, yeah, if you notice us kind of, at some point while we're talking about
Jeff,
this,
you would so cry.
not being as lively as we normally are, is because there's a lot going through our minds, a lot to just think about, and it's not like it's all. Here we are again with another one of these kind of jumps as a business. If you've followed the channel for a while, you'll know that started putting tutorials out back in 2014, 2015, and from about 2017 started vlogging our adventure, going from the garage to a shop to hiring our first employee to getting an automatic, getting the Anatol to the embroidery to Mario. Even the dog has been vlogged.
I was just proud that I was able to make my own vlog about, handling the whole getting the Anatol by myself because go to a printing event. And I was by myself, and I had to help get the help from those people that did not speak a lick of English, and I don't speak a lick of Spanish. I just went hi, and I pointed at the their lifter thingy, and I went,
So, yeah, it's been a fun adventure, and it's still continuing to unfold, even before our eyes. So it's definitely exciting. And I think this is just another one of those little, I wouldn't say little, it's another nervous move because of being, not necessarily it being in one place for a couple of years. It's a lot of work, but we need to do it because we've outgrown this space. And then, like here, it was pretty easy to figure things out. We got one room and
a shop.
And a shop. There's your desk. Here's mine. There's the overnight futon for the long nights of screen printing manually.
Also looks better. 2 chairs because of awkward heights with the reception desk.
Yeah, when I initially thought out the... what the heck is this? Connection from a Samsung. New. Hold on a second here. What is going on? Is someone trying to connect to my computer?
Graphics.
What's that?
Oh, no. Master Graphics came in. He said, "Hi, Shannon and the lovely gnome."
Hold on. I'm going to have to check this out real quick because that's weird.
Somebody's trying to hack in. Oh, no.
Ooh, I bet you it's old what's-his-face trying to use our internet.
Hmm?
Oh, my... Maybe he is on the internet. Do we need to change our password?
Again?
No. I don't think it... No. I mean, our stuff's secure, but the fact that he was requesting to, like, join is really weird to me. Or at least who we think is trying to join our network. Anyways. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that later. We've been getting some weird messages about having to change a bunch of passwords on vendor sites and all that, and because of a data leak, and I've noticed just weird stuff on my own personal credit reports with addresses that don't match up that is to some cop's house, so some funny business to take care of. Anyhow, let's go over to the chat and see what the dealio, and then I'm going to prepare for my ADHD skit here.
What are you doing? I swear to God, there's a fog machine.
I didn't bring the fog machine in. I didn't bring the fog machine in. Why are you looking at me like that?
What did you do when I didn't notice?
I didn't do anything yet. You just hang tight. I'm going to do something. No? It's just...
I'm just waiting.
Well, go over to the chat so you're not just waiting and sitting there being
apparently
quiet.
I look like Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire. You need
With
the red
purple
hair.
hair.
You need the red hair to look like Reba. Don't you? Boy, you're just chatty tonight.
I'm sorry, I'm tired.
This is why I put the background music in, because Shannon's on about a 30-second delay on my end, and she's not even streaming through.
I'm tired tonight.
She's not even streaming through the the feed. Maybe that's why the internet's slow too. Sprinklers. All right, so I'm gonna go over to the chat. Let's see. What's up, Tommy? How you doing? 1,400 square. 14 in New Jersey. 2,200.
That's why I said yes. You will cry.
Yeah. Well, I'd say we'd probably get about double that for that price. Moody. I'm Matt, however, Mikey Designs is the company name because that was my... Oh, excuse me. That was my... that was a mistake. Because that was my nickname as a kid, and I didn't want to call it Matt Designs or Chevalier Designs because no one knows how to pronounce it or spell it, and it was like, Mikey. Easy enough. I'm sure I could have thought of something totally cool, but what Mikey Designs carries over from is when I was a freelance artist. I mean, technically, I'm still a freelance artist, but I had a full-time job, freelanced for a long time, and it was something that carried over from when I was in college. That being a nickname, and I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it a whole lot. Mikey Designs, there you go. I would screen printing was nowhere near uh, my future at that point. So let's see what else. Who's saying what? Okay, Shannon read that off already. D-Tax says, damn, she does. She does look like Reba. What kind of mesh should be used for printing on cotton t-shirt? That's from Prathamesh Rook. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but it depends, really. It depends on what kind of ink you're using. So if you're using something that metallic ink, I would recommend a 110 or maybe an 85. If you're doing glitter, probably want to step it down to 25. But for general screen printing, in my opinion, we like to use 195 and 230 mesh, just depending on how much ink we want to put down. If we're printing on light garments, chances are we'll use even a 200 to 230, but mostly 230s. But if we're printing on a color shirt where we need an underbase, we'll use a 195. And in my opinion, using those two different mesh combinations allows us to get a nice soft hand with plastisol ink. It's not too thick, it's not bulletproof, so that works well for us. We'll even use 305 for some of the colors, depending on how much detail we need. And then if we're doing CMYK printing, which I don't enjoy hardly ever, but we do it at times.
We have 2 requests for quotes for that today.
Which is fine. It's just it's hard to control gain when you're doing a pretty long run. We use 305, 355s for CMYK. So that's what I would recommend. 156 is fine if you're perhaps wanting to do like a really bright white or some really bright colors, and they don't mind it having a little bit extra texture. 110 is fine too, but you just start to run into more issues with screens taking longer to dry, your ink taking longer to flash. That's some of the benefits of using the higher meshes too, is it just flashes so much faster. You're using less ink, less emulsion, all that jazz. So yeah, it's a ton of work. Let's see what else we got here. How many total shirts do you print per month? I don't know. That of 8, 7, 6 color jobs. I think we spend most of our time setting up screens. It's in the thousands. I think maybe I'd say on average 2,000 shirts, 2,500. What would you say, Shannon?
I think it depends on the time of the year, honestly. A good month in July, we'll be doing upwards of 10.
Right. And if you're trying to use that as a basis on your level of success, how many shirts you're printing a month, I really wouldn't worry about that, because there's so many things on the back end that we're charging for, from screen fees, ink changes,
How much you annoy me?
artwork. We're also doing embroidery as well. HTV, there's HTV stuff that we do. I mean, we could have an order, like we got a quote that it needed to be reversible jerseys where it needs numbers on the front and back, but also when you flip the shirt inside out, it needs to have those numbers as well. So it's something like that that's very time consuming. where it could end up being 50 shirts. But if we're to kind of convert that to, let's say, for white T-shirts with a dark print, the amount of, let's say, value in those two different sales is different. Because I mean, we could probably do 1,000 shirts for the same price as those 50, give or take. So, Shannon, you wanna read some stuff off there?
Sure.
Let me switch it over to the chat side of things, because there we go. I'm still getting used to this new streaming thing that I've been using. Man, they've really changed things up.
After your question,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're commenting about focus the camera.
Focus the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Whose camera?
All of them. It's just blurry.
Oh, well, we're probably just kind of running low on bandwidth. Let me take a look real quick. Because what I see on, well, Shannon's camera, I think, so we got a new setup. It is Streamlabs OBS, and I'm still kind of tweaking things. I actually need to. There's a lot that goes on the back end of doing these kind of little productions, and just hang tight. We'll get it all sorted out. Things will run smoother. We've got some things in the works. So, but I appreciate that feedback, though.
Okay, well, Jeff, just so you know, it's Windows, and we're Mac people, so it drives us a little bit crazy.
What's Windows?
The Anatol.
Oh, it is, but I mean it. So the Windows computer that's on the Anatol, I believe they already have or are in the process of switching over to a Linux-based computer.
Yeah, that's what he was asking.
Yeah, so they're switching over to Linux. Our machine is a Windows. However, I think there's a lot of, now that we've had the machine for over a year, and if anything comes up, like say for example, we were printing and the machine lifted and stopped there, and we reset it, and we're like, oh, well, maybe the software just needs to rethink a few things. And because anytime we have any kind of issue, I can just call them up. They answer immediately. They're like, hey, let me log into TeamViewer real quick, and we'll take a look at what's going on here and help you troubleshoot it. And they would just have it sorted out in no time, really. And they're like, okay, we'll just give us about 10 minutes. We're going to look at things, restart the machine for you, and off you go. And so, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Okay, well, D-Tag, thank you very much. You are damn good at what you do.
What?
Shout out to you. Oscar. Hi, Oscar.
Oh, well, thank you.
Helena wants to know if we are on Shopify and if we print on demand for private labels. No.
We're not on Shopify. Funny enough, I did get a Instagram message asking if we do print on demand. And I told her we're currently not offering it. However, by the end of the month, we'll have a larger shop, and we might be able to entertain doing print on demand. In other words, we would print the shirts, have them shelved, and she said what she wanted to do was actually just come pick the shirt up. So it's more or less we're printing an order, storing it, and she wants to ship it herself. She just wants us to have it ready to go. How many? I'm not sure. So I think that's something we can definitely look into in the future. But at the moment, we don't currently offer it. Although if it's beneficial for us both, then I don't see why not. Like to me, that printing it, having them ready on a shelf, I don't see why not, especially if they're shipping it.
Well, Well, we'd have to
If-
talk about like what the requirements would be.
If we're shipping it, then I think we're at this moment a little until we get some more help or hire Michelle on full time, which I don't think it's making good use of Michelle's talents to have her shipping stuff. Like I think we probably would need one more person helping with the production side and just checking in boxes that come in, shipping out, someone that can help pick up some of those tasks. When do you think, Shannon? Okay.
You know me. I like playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, you do.
And it's safer that way. You know it.
All right, let's go over
Anyways.
to the chat and we'll read off a few more and then we'll get
EJ wants-
Shannon going on her dad joke of the day
Ah, shit.
and we'll call it peace outs.
That sounds nice. EJ wants to know, have you started embroidering on hats yet with the Racoma? And have we tried 3D puff print yet? Yes, we.
Since the machine has come in, we've embroidered a lot of caps. I'd say mostly caps. And we've ran the thing day in and day out. We got some caps we need to do actually for
They just came in.
Yeah. Okay. And the machine will be running this week as well. As far as 3D puff, I mean, there's really not a whole lot. It's not very complicated. It's just a matter of putting some. I mean, it has to be digitized for puff, but it's just a matter of putting some foam on top of the cap, and then it embroiders it, and pretty much embroiders on top of it, and kind of punches out the design, really. And then you just peel away the excess stuff, and you can take a heat gun or a lighter and just kind of tighten up some of those. Heat gun would probably be better for puff to just help tighten up some of the threads, just to make sure everything looks good, because when you're doing puff or any kind of satin stitch where it's like a big stitch, occasionally you might have a little spot where it needs a little tightening, and that's a good way to tighten it. It's just heat those threads up. All right, let's see. We got anything else, Shannon?
Jason wants to know what happened to Cat's Bed. He hasn't heard anything from Jonathan in a while.
He's still doing business. I think, we haven't had a talk in a while, but I mean, he's running his screen print supply store, and because he's one of the OG guys and has a lot of great videos up. I mean, I learned, I'd say probably half, if not more, or how to screen print through him. Now, once we started getting into the more detailed stuff, I had to kind of pick from here and there and just kind of get in there and trust my own instinct. But I'm pretty sure he's doing well. He did like a podcast with the Shirt Show, those guys over there. So it seems like he's still doing well, keeping busy. Jones, Matthew Jones in England. Old airwave stuff, surf. Okay, so we just got a conversation going on. 2 colors, perfect for plastisol transfers. Looks like we got some transfer talk going on here. Larger with the music room. Okay. Cool. Well, man, we appreciate all y'all for tuning in. It's been a long weekend and a long day for us, especially with just a lot to think about. And I've got some. I'll post that video of the shops that we looked at. I'll try and get that up by tomorrow. And then I've got some other tutorials in the works, in which it's been kind of hard to getting around to finishing that up, just with how tied down with production we've been lately. But I think this week we got things to think about, production to do, but also I just need to. Lot to do. Lots of awesome things to do this week. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
All right, let me get the thingamadoo hopper.
And guys, if you had a question that we missed, don't hesitate to just email, or not email, please don't email because I have to send the same reply. I don't know. Just message Matt through the YouTube channel, and he's pretty good about getting to those questions. So if we missed you, just message him through here.
I'm even having a hard time at this point, like keeping up even with the comments. But I promise you, if you repeat your comment enough and it shows up, I'll definitely answer.
Just harass. That's all it takes. Just harass.
Yeah, just harass a little bit. You just gotta keep in mind we are our bread and butter is printing, and we enjoy helping you guys out as much as possible, and we love making the videos. So Shannon, are you ready for this?
I am.
Are you ready?
You were going off and on. I would go.
All right, we got the dad joke of the day. Is this kind of like catch of the day?
I don't know what that is. Anyways, so what rock group has 4 men that don't sing?
I don't know.
Mount Rushmore.
I think that was the best one yet. Well, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Keep an eye out for some videos. We're going to post that, or I'm going to try and get that video up tonight about the shops. About the shop. Sorry,
this is how far we are. Gone.
Sorry, I'm trying to work on some things on the back end of this end screen and all that. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We
Love
got
you
some
guys.
more stuff coming up, and we'll see you next Monday. Until then, don't forget to join the Facebook group as well. And we'll see you guys later.